Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Jameson and today I'll be talking about a podcast featuring Adrian Malum and his views on environmental activism. In this podcast, they talk about Malum's book that he wrote. In the book, he discusses whether strong actions like intelligent sabotage are necessary to fight climate change. Throughout this video, I'll be explaining his main idea, a key debate from the podcast, and my own personal takeaways. Now we're going to talk about the main thesis of Andreas' book. Andreas argues that peaceful protesting alone aren't enough to really stop climate change. He believes that some level of sabotage, like targeting fossil fuel structures, might be necessary to make a real change. Another thing he quoted is he doesn't mean to hurt people, but damaging things like pipelines and SUVs to slow down environmental destruction can help with climate change. Now we're going to address the concerns about the title that some people might have. Some people might find the title shocking or extreme, and David, the podcast hostess, had concerns about it as well. One of David's most important questions was, does this kind of action risk losing public support for the environmental movement? And Andreas's response by saying that history shows that major social changes often involved destructive actions. To me, his answer was interesting, but not sure if everyone would agree with this. Now I'm going to talk about my takeaways. After listening to the podcast, it was both eye-opening and a little unsettling in my opinion. I found it frustrating that Andreas compares environmental advocacy to past movements that use more radical actions. At times I felt uncomfortable with the idea of sabotage, but I also understood why he believed that it could be necessary. In my opinion, the discussion didn't feel like a fight. Both David and Andreas had thoughtful points even when they disagreed. I would say my biggest aha moment was realizing that activists throughout history used other different methods to push for change, not just peaceful protesting. Overall, this podcast gave me a lot to think about regarding climate change activism and how far people really should go. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this helps you understand Adrian's ideas a little bit more.